been a member for since the beginning of my career, 10, 15 years ago. And yeah, they do this contest every year called I forget what it's called, Pilots Interrupted or something. And it's basically for a new pilot that, you submit, they judge it, they pick a drama and a comedy to do these kind of stage readings at Lincoln Center. And it's a great program because, so much good work that's being done by members of the Writers Guild doesn't, isn't getting made because because only one tiny fraction of the pilots written actually get produced, even at that level of the Writers Guild
Yeah, it's so
members.
small.
Yeah, it's so small. And of course, there's some work, maybe like the pilot that you read, that are either too strange, too political, too something to kind of like be a mainstream show. I think it'd be a cool show on TV, but but it's got its difficulties too. And so I really appreciate the Writers Guild being like out there, kind of advocating for their writers and for their most, their riskiest and strangest work.
It's an incredible script, and I
Mm.
would love to see it happen,
Mm.
obviously, but,
Yeah,
like, I would
yeah.
it's just on its own, it's great. I mean, I don't know if you can say anything about it, probably not, but,
I can say a little about it if you
okay.
want. I mean, it's and yeah, you did a great job reading it, Josh, and Josh played the lead in this reading. But it's a period piece set in New York, the turn of the century, and it's kind of an interesting moment in New York history where sexualities of all kinds were being sort of experimented with and contested. It's sort of like today you had different, people coming out as gay or trans or whatever. These are words they didn't use back then, but that was basically the idea, kind of troubling the gender binary and thinking in new ways about gender and sexuality. And meanwhile, just like we have today, you had this massive counter reaction where some of the uh, political elite of New York were really trying to kind of crush any sense of like experimentation and strangeness in downtown New York, Manhattan. So yeah, I think I won't say much more about the pilot because it's still out there and we're about to go out and pitch it. But I think of it as kind of a weird combination of like Moulin Rouge and Goodfellas. It's like a very dark uh, sort of club sex violence type of show.
Yeah, when I was speaking to my wife about it, I was like, it's kind of like a queer American Peaky Blinders,
Yeah, that's
you
exactly
know?
right. That's
Yeah,
exactly right.
like
It's like Peaky Blinders and with a little bit of showmanship and set in a kind of a queer nightclub.
I think it'll find a place to live